Eddie Bravo is here. Eddie Bravo.
Hello.
Brian motherfucking Collins.
Yes, I am.
And Brendan Schaub's perfect hair.
I put too much stevia in the coffee, though.
Oh, yeah.
Start. That stevia
what we
is
could
strong.
do? You take this one, and I trust your spit. I hope you don't have herpes, and just go back and forth with mine because there's none in there.
There you go.
Oh,
and then we'll make a concoction that's
half and
acceptable
half.
for the both of us.
Split it up, bro. Split it up.
A concoction. Just do it like you're a scientist.
You could snort stevia.
Yeah, you can if that
Dan
dude.
Quinn.
Yeah, and remember Diego Sanchez got really into that for a while?
What?
With Dan Quinn, right?
Yeah,
It was his
Diego Sanchez
protege.
got really into Dan Quinn's stevia thing. Like he was going to melt fat with stevia and cure cancer and go to the moon. Like
Yeah,
this
there's a guy out there, his name is Dan Quinn, who believes that stevia can change the world.
Tell me how that big brown
Well,
stevia is.
good for him.
What
It's
did
the
he say
bad
that you could
companion.
tastes like a chocolatey man kiss.
Oh, yeah. All right. That's what I'm going for.
It tastes like a chocolatey man kiss.
If you're listening to this podcast, we're watching the fights live from Germany. They play at noon in L.A., so we all got out of our comfy beds and beautiful wives' arms and embraces and came here to watch dudes fight.
We're not going to be watching the
Nothing
fights. If you
is
want to
better.
know what happened, we don't know.
Nothing better.
We'll be talking about subjects that belong in a 14-year-old's treehouse, and that's essentially what we talk about.
Yeah.
And the other thing about muscles and
We
grips.
might eventually get to some of these fights. I want to talk about Alir Latifi and Ryan Bader when that fight happens.
Tough fight.
That dude's
I don't like
scary
that
as
fight
fuck.
for Bader.
That dude's scary as fuck. That Latifi can bomb.
Yeah,
dude.
he can throw some punches. And
He's a tank.
Bader's been known to eat a couple. It's just, it does nothing for Bader either.
Yeah, but Bader's fought well against certain guys that are like powerful, scary guys. He just really fucked up against Rumble. So you're looking at
He
that.
shit the bed against
Yeah,
Rumble.
He just made.
I don't
a giant
blame him either.
error. Yeah, you can't blame him. You see what Rumble just did to Glover.
Yeah,
Rumble,
but that low, like weird.
He tried to ankle pick him,
pick,
didn't he? Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
Rumble just
Well,
beat his brains in.
I think he just took a chance, at something weird, like hoping maybe it would work out.
Can't
But
do that at
I
that
think he
level.
also maybe like had a moment, in there. Where
Oh shit moment.
Yeah, like,
that's Anthony Rumble Johnson.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's not James Toney. Don't do the same game plan Randy Couture had against James
Exactly.
Toney.
That was exactly what
Because
he
Anthony
did.
Johnson went, huh? Punched
Yeah.
him right in the face.
Not only that, he controlled him on the ground until he punched him in the face, and eventually got him flattened out on his stomach. You just that might be the worst place in the world to be, flattened out on your stomach underneath Rumble Johnson. It's terrible.
There is a like that's probably that is the worst place.
No,
That
it's
and-
right
and-
next to that dude who got his arm trapped in the rock and had to saw it off.
Yeah, yeah, and also in a swamp full of
worse.
crocodiles.
That's
be
worse.
worse.
That
That's
guy.
worse.
Or standing right in front of him like Glover.
Oh God! Well, Glover just tried to put that pressure on him.
Oh, hey, man.
Dude, did
you
you
can't
hear-
walk forward. Did you just see an uppercut?
Do you remember that? Do you remember that white supremacist where they had his brother in jail, and in protest he videotaped himself sawing his own hand off.
What? For real?
Yep. He had a camera on, and he goes, "I want to show you guys something." Essentially, basically showing them that they had no control of him, that his mind was stronger than theirs, and just cut his own hand off.
Would you,
They were like,
would you guys
"Ooh,
do
that's
that for
impressive."
me?
Jamie, pull that up. I need to see this.
Yeah.
This
My
guy cut his
brother
own
would do
hand
that
off.
for me, I feel like.
Let's
Yeah.
talk off the air.
I wouldn't
This
want
is
him to.
Marcin Held and Tae Hyung Bang.
Tae Hung Bang.
He is from Korea. He's a
The
Korean
Korean
gentleman.
cowboy.
He's a Korean
Nick Hine?
cowboy.
You said Marcin Held?
A lot
Did
of
I see
cowboys in
Marcin
Korea.
Held? Oh, I'm sorry. Nick Hine.
You got me
Whoops.
all excited.
You know what? Marcin Held just got signed. I was actually going to bring that up. He just got signed over from Bellator.
Very hesitant here, ladies and
He's a
gentlemen.
really good footlock guy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
really
leg
good.
lock.
One of them rare
Really, really
leg
good.
lockers in MMA.
Yeah. I don't know why. I confuse all white people. I think all white people look the same.
Me too,
I'm
especially if
super,
they're athletes.
Super racist when it
Yeah.
comes to white people.
To the whites. To the whites.
White people from other countries where they talk weird.
All the same.
Yeah, that can never be racist. Huh?
No.
White people look the same. That
No
can
one
never-
cares either.
But any
Nobody
other,
cares.
but any other race, it's
You're in
racist.
trouble.
Any
Big trouble.
other race, even Mexicans. You
Oh,
say all
big
Mexicans.
trouble.
Yep.
A black
Chinese,
person can say white people all look the same to me on TV, and nobody gives a shit.
Not at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You'd have to be like, you'd have to be really, really funny, and it'd have to be a really obvious joke for you to use any other race especially if you were a white guy.
Well, Sam Tripoli has that joke where he goes, he'll be like, I lost Bobby Lee at the Korean Day parade. You ever lose a Korean in a Korean parade? It's like looking for a needle in a needle stack. Come on, that's funny.
It is funny, and it is true too.
Sir, I'm not going to say it's true, but I am saying it's funny.
There's certain races that share so many similarities, like as far as like their mannerisms or their features and stuff. I mean, there's so much variety in like America, right? Because we come from so many different parts of the world.
Mixes.
And if you thought of us as a country, which we are a country, but we're not a country like say if you wanted to go and meet some Colombians, you were in Colombia. Most of them are going to look like Colombians.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? They have a very distinct look to them.
Especially the women. Yeah, baby.
Well, China
Beautiful
very much
women.
like
Some of the
China.
best.
With I think in China, to have that many people speaking Mandarin, which had to do, I think, with the Yangtze and the Yellow River, because they could trade and share ideas, and so and plus I think they were pretty isolated. So you're right. There wasn't as much, immigration and mix at the United States.
Right.
I mean, everybody's fucking everybody.
Well, not only that, it's never been like this before. Where there's 300 million people, and we vary so much, and we're more varied now than ever before. Like they say, what is it like? I think they said 20 more years, and white people are going to be a minority.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Yep.
And because the Chinese or you can say Asian and Mexicans will be the minority in America, correct?
Well, China's film market is neck and neck with the United States now. I mean, China.
Well, they like Expendables 19.
No,
like
but
they
I mean,
love all that bullshit.
They're making their own movies, and they're building huge movie studios.
They're
now.
also using our old, like Sylvester Stallone's such a hit now over there. Like they just found him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, it's interesting, man. It's interesting that this world is sort of. It's in some places it's not sort of meshing with everything else, but in most places people are spreading out and sort of like integrating with each other.
I remember when I was little, my dad I was like 4 or 5, and we'd see an Asian person, and I'd say, "Oh, look at that Chinese guy." I'd say something Chinese, like, he's Korean. Like, I'm fucking 5, man.
That's what I do.
I can't tell the difference between the eyes, Dad. You know
I
what
do.
I'm saying?
Your dad got mad at you at that when you were 5. Like
Even
today.
today. He's from Korea. I'm like, fuck,
Well,
man.
today maybe it should make sense. Like you should have learned it by now.
Maybe it's tough. I've never been over there. Like I can tell the difference between like a Korean and a Japanese person now.
My favorite thing to do. My favorite thing to do is
pretty close. Yeah.
I love drawing the distinction and alerting people to the fact that I know the difference. And then I'll give you a little history lesson on it.
Yeah, you do.
And then I walk away feeling good about myself.
Yeah, you do.
Greg Fitzsimmons does this thing on his in his show where he guesses the Asian. He calls it Guess the Asian. He points at people.
God bless him.
He's really good at it.
No, I bet if you can tell the difference,
He can pick up he tells the difference between Filipinos and people from Bali.
I think that's easy. They're huge
I
differences,
mean,
I think.
that's a skill, my man.
No.
It's like an X-Men power.
No.
If you're in America, it is.
You know what's weird is like that America's only been around for like really a few hundred years
Yeah.
from the first settlers, right? First European settlers.
1640 or something, yeah.
And then before that, just one look, right? Like Native American. And then in that time, like just the change of the landscape has been so drastic in just a short amount of time. You think about any other time in the world, any other part of the world, some place as big as the continental United States just gets transformed over a couple hundred years into just white people just filling them up, filling it up, the whole
And
thing.
took shit over.
What about Israel? Isn't that like 50
Well, Israel's
years
very
old?
small. You know, Israel's tiny.
Israel's from
Tiny.
48, 19.
Yeah.
It's
Still,
1948, and it's a tiny place, and they still look like all the people that hate
No,
them.
they do.
I used to have that bit. Remember that there's a brown skinned dude with dark curly hair throwing rocks at a brown skinned dude with dark curly hair holding a machine gun. I go, what's going on? I go, how do you guys look exactly like your enemy?
hate each
I go,
other.
this isn't
And
like the Chinese versus the
they also
Africans.
believe they,
I go, this is like a tennis match between the Williams sisters. I'm like, who the fuck is who?
What's even crazier, they believe in the same God. They believe in the same God, and basically the Quran says that everything in the Old Testament is true. So even the Quran says that's the first book. Then they had a problem with the New Testament, but it's kind of wild.
For sure, figure it out.
It's just
now.
territory.
Well, there's no way you're going to figure it out because you want to make your parents happy, and they have a set of rules, and you grow up with them, and you
They
start
raise you
raising
a
your
certain
kid
way.
that
Yeah,
way,
gotcha.
and then all those ancient ideas about who those people that you don't know are versus these people next to you that you don't know. Well, these people are on my side of the dirt, and those people are on that side of the dirt. And we believe a certain type of wacky shit, and they believe a different type of wacky shit.
I mean, they have their problems over there, but we have problems here, too. Like, have you seen how the Kaepernick situation escalated?
Yeah,
have you seen that?
Explain that to me.
So Kaepernick won't stand for
Well, explain who he is.
Colin Kaepernick is the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. He's African-American and mixed with something else, so he's lighter-skinned, and he was adopted. He was raised by white parents. And so he was a big-time quarterback, playing like shit lately, but he was a big-time quarterback, refuses to stand for the national anthem because it says his people are oppressed and the cop treatment, stuff like that. And then a picture came out that he wore them a while ago, these socks with cops as pigs on them. He wore them to practice a while ago before he made this stance. And so that photo's been brought back out. So now the cops in Santa Clara are saying, we're not working the games anymore. Unless you guys do something about Kaepernick, we're not working the games anymore.
Jeez.
So the cops are taking a protest now, which to me is like, it's definitely not the right thing to do.
No.
Because he has freedom of speech, right?
Yeah.
He has, First Amendment. He can do that, whether you agree with it or not. But the cops, it's like... Now you guys are sinking to his level.
You got to be a little bit
neutral. You can't make a
neutral.
decision to not do your job because you don't like a guy's opinions.
Cops that work games are off-duty police officers. They're not on duty.
Oh, that's a good point.
So they're doing it. They're doing it for extra money. That's kind of like.
Well, they're just doing it because they enjoy the game and they want to keep the fucking San Francisco 49ers safe.
Well, they're going to exercise their right, and then Colin's going to exercise his right. Somewhere in the middle, something's got to happen.
It's a complete nightmare, though. Yeah. It's not good.
It's not a good. It's not a smart platform for all this because
I agree.
It's all going to get lost in the noise.
That's the problem.
If he has a real point, about what he doesn't like about the way the United States is going or the way our country is being led, that's not. It gets a lot of people paying attention, but it's just going to get a lot of hate.
But it does nothing. Like, you're not changing anything by not standing for the anthem during the National Football League. Like, the cops are still going to be the cops, and the black people are still being oppressed. You're really not changing much.
Well, he's starting the dialogue, he thinks, and when you're young and and you have a strong ego and you feel like you're in a position of quote unquote leadership, you feel like you can make a stand.
It's a little clumsy, maybe a little clumsy on his part.
Clumsy.
Well, but now you have other players starting to do the same thing.
Isn't that what he wanted, though? Why would he say all that? He wants this. It's like mission accomplished.
Well, it's not.
It's working because everyone's talking about it.
Well,
I don't think he realized it was going to be like this.
Well, I think he kind of. But the big issue is he's just not playing very good football. So now the Niners, if they release him, they're going to get so much flack. Oh, that's fucking racist because this. No. He just can't throw a fucking football.
I bet they won't. I bet the tougher thing will be him getting picked up by somebody else. Like, what team wants to take on that PR nightmare?
True.
And you're gonna risk the ire of all the police unions that are working your games. And all the people in your town. They're going to say, oh, this is what our team's all about? We're about taking this guy in?
What if you went to a more African-American market, like Atlanta or Philadelphia?
Maybe. I wonder if most African-Americans... See, when you don't stand for the national anthem, which is... the United States versus government or a government policy. Those things can be separate. I look at them as separate.
Well, he says that. He says, so now instead of just sitting on the bench, he takes a knee because he goes, I'm not doing this against the soldiers. I have friends. My uncle was in the military. Sure. So now he takes a knee and had a former Navy SEAL next to him and hugged him after. He goes, I'm doing it because the way...
should have made out.
Yeah, that'd been dope.
He's just trying to make...
He's just gay as shit, too.
Yeah.
This for gays as well. Just over the top.
For everybody.
Sick.
He's trying to bring attention to something he feels strongly about. And the question is it, like you said, the best venue?
It's obviously working,
the most effective?
Though. Well,
maybe.
We're talking about it.
He didn't want to be quiet about it, obviously. He wanted to be loud about it, and this is loud as fuck.
He even grew a powerful afro.
I think he loves it.
Powerful afro.
Maybe. But I think
it's tough
Brendan's
when he's not playing well.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you got to be playing real well to have a fucked up opinion.
Yeah, like if Tom Brady did it, we're like, oh, cool, man. Yeah, do your thing. With him, it's like, fuck.
He's not even the starter, probably, and he's going to be paid $19 million this year, so that might have a little bit to do with him getting cut, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His contract and his on-field play is the bigger issue if you're calling.
That's a tremendous amount of money.
It's a lot of money.
He signed a $114 million contract.
Good
2
Lord.
years ago.
Well, Brendan, if at a $19 million after agents and taxes, what do you think he sees?
I mean, $19 million, that's his guaranteed signing bonus, right? So agents take 10% in the taxes. I mean, he sees a shitload of money.
He sees about $10 mil. of that.
But
Maybe
No.
No?
Because you got to figure out. He's probably in a 48% tax bracket. He's probably has a manager, an agent, and a lawyer.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of shit that
He's about
gets
a third.
distributed. Yeah.
But don't get it twisted. He also, this is just part of the contract. He's rich as fuck.
Yeah.
Because this is his third contract or second, Jamie? His second. So before that, he was already making money.
Was he better before? Was he a better player before?
Yeah, oh yeah. He took him to the conference finals and the playoffs, you know?
So when did it start going bad for him?
From my insiders, who actually, someone worked with San Francisco 49ers, they were saying it really went bad for him because he was like a really athletic quarterback and no one could really pick up his style of play. And once they figured it out, he was a guy who was on social media all the time and he got all the negativity got to him. So he's a sensitive dude, and just all the critiquing from the media and everyone else really got to him. So he's lost weight. He's changed his throwing motion. He doesn't run anymore.
Is this all
black
because
power now?
social media fucked with him?
They're saying just this wave, like he let all the criticism get to him.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa! The haters right now are going, what?
The trolls are like,
got-
yeah,
Yeah, we got one on the hook.
we got him. He still has $19 million, people.
Yeah, but if he's losing weight and feeling nervous, they win.
100%.
Yeah.
Losing weight.
How old is he?
losing
How old is he?
He might be 26.
Damn, that's
young.
a lot of money.
How old is he, Jamie? 26?
That is so much money to be
Came out of
young.
University of Nevada?
First of all, asking a 26-year-old to
28.
take a stance about global issues while they're in the middle of a professional athletic career
a lot.
at the highest level, which demands as much as anybody. If you're playing professional football, tell us how much fucking that demands of your day.
Especially a quarterback.
Especially as a quarterback.
Yeah, how much does that
the
demand of
leader-
your day?
Oh, man, in season, I mean... I mean, you're talking full time. I mean, 9 to 5 doesn't count. You're talking about endless hours of studying, practice. You're the leader of the
Strength
team.
and conditioning,
Strength
drills,
conditioning,
plyos,
video.
constantly,
You're
right?
really, they're in the film room more than anyone. Break down tape.
And how tired are you all the
I
time
mean, you're
after
exhausted.
practice?
You're
Exhausted.
especially a guy like that who he relies on his athleticism to get the plays done. Well, the NFL doesn't work like that. You have to use your brain. Look at the best quarterbacks in the league.
How many plays per team would you say? Because they have a book, right?
I mean, you're talking thousands.
Thousands of plays that they have to know.
And he has to know the whole.
So that dude
inside
doesn't
and
have
out.
time to be studying global issues.
No, that's why he's playing like shit. It'd be way more powerful if he played well, was a starter, started winning games, and then came out and did this maybe after the season.
Dude, there's no 26-year-old that's built to handle the kind of pressure
No.
that comes being that famous and a big football player. And then on top of that, supporting some sort of a global issue, like some sort of a national issue on the United States, like the state of the United States. Like you're gonna make an official
I can't
statement.
imagine.
It's putting a lot on your plate.
I shouldn't be making an official statement today, and I'm almost 50. I'm like not ready yet. I'm still digesting it.
Give it some time. I can't imagine what he's dealing. The hate. I'm sure he has support from a lot of people, but
man.
a lot of it's negative. Then you got to get ready for a football game. It's make or break.
If you're playing poorly, it's gonna get negative real quick and from all sides, right? I mean,
Yeah.
No, I don't think from all sides. I mean, I think African American people are pretty proud of him in certain aspect.
Well, some people are proud of him too that feel like things aren't the way they should be in this country, and at least this guy used that platform and took a chance.
Correct.
But I think you're dead right in that the real problem is you got to be playing really fucking good to pull something like that off.
Mm-hmm.
Like people don't want to just listen to you if you're ruining play, and there's gonna be so much pressure on him every time he does play. People are gonna be psyched if he gets nailed.
Yeah.
What's the pressure? I mean, he watches a couple YouTube videos, and I mean, there's not like something that he's got to study.
God damn it,
He
Eddie.
wears socks. So what? What is he doing? He
No, you
likes
mean-
to tweet, and then what?
He
He
has the entire San Francisco 49ers organization on his back to win games.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't perform, he's going to lose his job.
Poor him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
What's
it's a
his
tough
name
gig. It's a tough gig, man,
You don't feel bad about him, Eddie?
No.
But he's got money.
because he's black.
Fucker's rich as shit, super famous, and he wants this attention. Why else would he wear those socks? If Tom Brady wore those socks, the whole arena would be yelling, "Fuck the police!" Right?
For sure, yeah. Tom Brady's white, though.
Exactly.
And he's Tom
Would they
Brady.
though? I think they would turn on him. I think they turn
There's
on
no
Tom Brady.
turning on Tom Brady.
That's bullshit.
He can't do anything wrong.
They would turn on him.
He can't do anything wrong.
Incorrect.
New England wouldn't. He
Incorrect.
could murder someone, and they'd be like, "Yeah, what can you do with Tom Brady?"
gangster.
Like even with
Tell us the whole story. He did murder.
Well, the
4
guy
people.
probably lipped off. You know, like even with Aaron Hernandez, the guy who's a straight up murderer. They were like, I mean, if he gets out, we'll take him. He's such a good player. New
Really?
England was like, I mean, we wouldn't be mad if he gets. He's such a good player. They just want to win fucking football games in New England.
God.
That's how good of a player. he
Throw
was.
to the murderer.
You know what? The Patriots might sue you for saying that.
Yeah, what can
They'd
you
probably
do?
agree with you.
No, they're like, yeah, that's how it goes. Trying to
Yeah.
win games here.
Jesus Christ. Neil Brennan has a fucking hilarious bit about football that I can't do it without doing it. You know, I can't like give you like the premise of it,
Right.
but it's talking about why football players do fucked up shit in real life. It is hilarious.
Dude, he's my favorite guest on your podcast.
Is he really?
By far. I think he's the most creative fucking I've never met him in person, but dude,
He's a great
that guy's
guy.
brilliant.
Let's get him
Very,
on.
very
get him on
smart.
Fighter
He's so
and Kid.
creative.
Get him in the Fighter of the Kid.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys love him. He's awesome.
God, he's talented.
I've been
man.
meaning to do that
Yeah.
anyway.
So talented.
The football bit he did last night, I was crying.
Really?
Crying. Like I can't do it because it'll give away the bit, but it's very